Did you know that about 25 million puppies and kittens are born into the United States each year? That's more than 50,000 born each day in this country alone. 25 million pets produced yearly greatly exceeds the amount of willing families to take care of these animals that are born into the world. Even though these massive amounts of litters may in fact be completely healthy, there just isn't a sufficient amount of homes for these animals to be placed in. Statistically reported by the Humane Society of the United States in October of 2011, 6 to 8 million animals who have no place to call home are put into animal shelters. Unfortunately, due to the excessive surplus of these animals, about half, which is 3 to 4 million, only make it out alive. The other half left to be euthanized by the shelters to make room for the new and coming animals. This turns out to be one animal euthanized every 8 seconds. Pet overpopulation has become a serious problem throughout the nation for many years. The ongoing cycle of bringing unwanted litters of pets into the world makes it extremely difficult to reduce the amount of animals being euthanized across the nation each and every day. It's important for people to understand the need to spay and neuter their family pets. And although people sometimes don't understand that need, it's extremely important to take into account that these thousands of unwanted and unneeded animals that are being born into the world each day will probably end up homeless, placed in shelters, and most likely killed and discarded after certain deadlines come that each shelter has. A North Shore animal organization called Spay USA states that these animals do not need our help to expand their numbers. They need our help to reduce their numbers until there are good homes for all of them. If you're someone who doesn't have a pet, you may think, why is this important to me? It's not my problem because the issue has no effect on me. If this happens to be what you might be thinking, think again. Pet overpopulation not only affects the lives of millions of healthy, innocent animals who become homeless, but it affects the lives of all United States taxpayers. According to the National Council of Pet Population Study and Policy, U.S. taxpayers spend up to $2 billion annually to shelter and care for these unwanted animals who are abandoned. A great majority of that money collected by the taxpayers is spent on euthanizing the animals when a proper home just cannot be found for them. If pet overpopulation were not an issue, nationwide taxpayers would save drastic amounts of money. You might think that shelters nationwide will take care of these animals without homes, but the reality of it is that they can only hold so many animals, therefore leading to the death of millions. The only solution to prevent the issue of overpopulation of pets is to spay and neuter them before they mature into puberty. Spaying can be defined by sterilizing a female by removing the ovaries, and neutering is the term for removing the sexual organs of a male animal. These are both surgical procedures that are performed on the animals that prevent them from being able to reproduce litters. This process is the only 100% effective method to prevent birth for animals. The idea of spaying and neutering pets stops the problem of overpopulation before it starts, ensuring that no unwanted animals will be brought into the world with nowhere to call home. When the solution of spaying and neutering pets is brought about, people sometimes have the idea that they just cannot afford the surgical procedure for their animal. But many shelters and organizations and clinics can actually help those looking to sterilize their pets, which are very easy to locate. Pet owners also need to consider that the cost of the procedure is much less when being compared to having to take care of a litter that could have been prevented in the first place. Not only does sterilization of pets drastically reduce the overpopulation of animals, but it has many other benefits that come from having the procedure done that better the animal's health. When spaying a female animal, their risk of mammary gland tumors and ovarian or uterine cancer is greatly reduced or even eliminated. Females will also not have heat cycles after the procedure is done, and therefore other male animals will not be attracted to them. Neutering of a male eliminates the risk of testicular cancer, and it also decreases the risk of possible prostate disease. Sterilizing dogs especially can also decrease aggressive behavior that can lead to them getting into fights or even biting people. And sterilization of both genders can generally help them live longer and healthier lives. As stated by the Humane Society of the United States, spaying or neutering your pets can increase their lifespan by 2 to 3 years. Sterilizing pets can also benefit the community as well. If you consider the fact that this process reduces the number of unwanted animals that can end up as strays walking the streets, less car accidents involving stray pets would occur. I encourage you, as well as other pet owners, to follow through with the surgical procedure of spaying and neutering your pet. An easy way to go about this process would be to contact your local veterinarian, animal shelter, or an animal clinic and notify them that you're looking for a pet sterilization service that is reasonable in cost. Many local services are willing to work with families to follow through with the surgery because they are already very aware of the overpopulation issue of pets. This procedure can be done as early as 8 weeks old, and as suggested by many veterinarians and volunteers at animal shelters, the earlier, the better. We need to remember that animals cannot control being brought into this world unwanted. We, as the people, are the ones who have full control of preventing pet overpopulation before it starts. The solution is simple: spay or neuter your animals. As a local Western New York animal clinic states, no birth is the first step to no kill. Thank you.